If you guys are looking for any cheap and reliable coins, check out MMOPO.com. Use the code PINGU at checkout to get 8% off. Guys, welcome to Season 2, Episode number 12 of the Derby Current Live. And to start off this episode, we're currently 10th in the table. 34 points after 23 games. Obviously, Artur Cabral with 28 goals in those 23 games. And I think he's only played 21, maybe 20 games. So, incredible form at the minute. And, yeah, between the two episodes, basically, EA updated the game. And now there are a number of new player faces, player pictures anyway. I'm not too sure if the player faces will be updated in game, but we'll have to wait and see, of course. But Artur Cabral with a new picture there, good to see. Also Lucas Vazquez, that's nice. Demarai Gray with a new picture. Jordan Ibe with an actual picture, which is great to see. Unfortunately, Liam Delap still doesn't have a picture, but yeah, it's good to see Jordan Ibe's got a picture and maybe has a player face. No new picture for those. It seems like the Derby players haven't really had any new pictures, but a new picture for Lowe, Fosu Mensah, Yedlin, Ramsdale. Don't think anyone on. Oh, Clark on the bench. Clark's new picture looks quite nice. It's actually in a Brighton kit, so that's quite interesting. Ben Foster with a new picture, and then we go into the reserves. We've got a new picture for Johnny Mitchell. Obviously, he's at Northampton in real life. I think he might. I don't know. Is he out on loan anywhere? I can't remember what he's doing this season. I'm pretty sure he's out on loan somewhere. He always is. But yeah, Fernandinho with a new picture. He looks actually quite old in that picture as well. So that's quite good. And there's a few of our loaned out players that have got new pictures as well. So we'll just have a quick look at those. And actually, you can probably see if there's a new player face for them. But if we just sort it by stats and then go low to high. Yeah, unfortunately, Jordan Ibe doesn't have a player face. Maybe it'll work if you start a new career mode, but I don't know if EA have put the player face in yet or not. Yeah, as you can see, Rodon's got a new player picture. You can't really see them because they're quite small on that left-hand side. But then Hutchinson's got a new picture, and so has Cabango. So yeah, it just adds a little bit of, just makes the career mode a little bit more interesting. Really, just seeing some different faces than the ones that you've seen for many FIFAs. So obviously at the end of the last episode we did put a bid in for what's his face from Newcastle, Longstaff, so we know we can get this on a short-term loan. I was just trying to negotiate the fee a little bit lower, but I guess he's worth about 15 million since his value is 13 million, so I guess we'll go back into that shortly. But yeah, we're kind of waiting to see what the wages are for Jack Harrison, just to see what kind of pre-contract we get him on. He'd be a good backup winger to have for the season, of course. So let's go into our first game of the episode against Brighton. Quite a nice easy test to kick off the episode. I think we did quite well against them in the reverse victory at home, so it'll be interesting to see how we do at the Amex. So yeah, I kind of want to get obviously the youth players objectives done, so we'll put Georgiev on the bench as well. I did actually quite like Johan in the last episode, I think it was, or the episode before that. It was quite a big unit in the midfield. I think he's about 6 foot. What he says he's only 6'1", but he's massive in game. Looks really tall, but nevertheless, I think we'll just stick to the 1 for the time being, and yeah, we'll go with that. Here we are for the game against Brighton at the Amex. Then I do like the evening kickoffs much more, just because of the lighting, of course. Looking at their team, they've gone for a 5-2-1-2 with Matt Ryan in goal, Bernardo at left wing back, then Chris Smalling obviously from Man United, Senesi and Van Hecke. I thought there was an N on the end there, and then El Sharani at right wing back, then Midstow and Loftus-Cheek, Percy Tau, Neil Morpie and Piatek actually from Hertha Berlin. So it's quite an interesting team, quite a few internationals in there, and yeah, obviously we're still missing Joswiak on the left hand side, but I think Gray did quite well in the last episode. Third with the ball here, chance to slip in Jason Knight if he's in the box with the shot. Not really exactly what we wanted there. Could have been a bit better quality and not scuffed. Ball with Vazquez here, slip through for Artur Cabral. Can he find the back of the net with the finesse shot? Yes, he can. He's just got that bit of strength just to hold off the Dutch centre back, and gets the goal to get us into the lead. Really good start, of course, away from home. We do need to tick off the 3 away clean sheets in a row, which I'm not too sure how we're going to do that, to be honest, but if if we are going to do it, there might be a slim chance of doing it in the run of games that we do have at the minute, because we don't play anyone too difficult. But then again, most teams that we do play against do score. Ball down the wing here to Jordan Ibe, obviously with his player picture now, just makes it a little bit more personal, so hopefully he can find the second goal. Saved by the defender. Chance to slip in Cabral here on the counter-attack. Can we make it 2-0 and wrap up the game? Yes, we can. Lovely goal on his weaker foot to get us that cushion away from home, and now we can kind of focus a little bit more on keeping the ball and not giving Brighton a goal scoring opportunity, because maybe if we get like 2 out of 3 ticked off, it will just help us with the manager rating. But it is like 87 at the minute, and even when it was like down at, like, I think it was all the way down at 59 last season, I don't know, the manager rating's a bit of a funny thing. It's a nice addition, but it's not that important. But there's half time against Brighton. I don't think they've actually had a single shot on target yet, so defensively we've been quite solid, and as you can see, yeah, they've not had a single shot, and we've been very good up front. Now with the ball here, just to run into all the space in the world pretty much. Can he slip it back to Cabral? Yes he can, but can he get the finish? Smalling gets the block in, and we will get our substitutions on now, bringing on Delap, Sibley and Georgie V, of course, just to get that objective ticked off. Right on the edge here, slipped into the box, dragged back to put to Percy Talbot. A good save from Ramsdale to keep it a clean sheet. I think it might be our second clean sheet of the season if we do manage to do it, but I kind of don't want to speak too soon with 15 minutes left to play.
Few moments later.
Chance here for Brighton, slipped in, but Fossey Mensah's there, but a really poor touch from Ramsdale, and we've done about 4,000 blocks in a row. Jesus Mary. Ooh, I don't know how that ball didn't go in there. It's gone into Solly March in the near post, but a wonderful save I think that was. I think he's made a number of saves this game, Ramsdale, to prevent the goal from going in. Still got to be careful not to concede here. You can feel it when the game's like trying to get that goal, and it is Wagenerman, the Dutch fullback, I think that is. He's really good potential, but yeah, there's really good ball into the back post. Didn't quite fully clear it at the first one. Sibley's obviously not the best at heading. What's Yedlin doing on the line? Should we watch Yedlin's contribution to this? Oh, Ramsdale's. So Ramsdale's got his hand on it, and that is a little bit unlucky, that is. But yeah, Ramsdale's done really, really well this game up to that goal, but it is a bit of a shame to throw away the clean sheet. Now we just need to be careful not to give away the 3 points. There we go, full time against Brighton. It is a 2-1 victory away from home. Obviously, we haven't been in the best of form recently because of those number of results, but Arthur Cabral with a couple of goals to make the difference. Ramsdale with a number of saves actually in this game to get us that win. If it wasn't for him, I'm trying to think which one was the really good save that I didn't expect him to make, but he did. Obviously Percy Tau doing well there, good hand there. I'll check this next one just to see which one was the winning save in my opinion that got us the 3 points. Maybe that one, it wasn't great, but it might have been this. Yeah, I think it was this one for sure, because like he's clean in there in the near post and unbelievable reactions to prevent the goal. So yeah, you've got hats off to Ramsdale for this game, probably man of the match. So Harrison is worth 9.5 million, so that just gives us a little bit more information, and hopefully we can get that wage information pretty soon. I'm just trying to think what players we have around that price tag. Say like Fernandinho, probably more like a Sibley or a Yedlin. I think Yedlin's quite probably the best mould. He'd be around 76, maybe 77 rated. But yeah, we do have the FA Cup game now against Millwall. I will make a few changes due to our next Premier League game is actually quite close. Well, it's in the same week. We should be okay, so I don't mind playing a really strong team actually for this game. But I might make 1 or 2 just to freshen it up, of course. So yeah, we'll go into the team management. Obviously, it gives us a chance to rest up, especially Max Lowe. I think he's played a lot of games, so we'll put Shinnie at left back. Go for that left wing back. Popley, Buchanan. Actually, we'll put one of the youth players on the bench, because then I can just get that slowly ticked off a little bit more. Here we are then for the FA Cup game against Millwall. Obviously, we did play them last season in the Championship, but we do have a much improved team I was tempted to put Foster in goal, but I think goalkeeper, like especially with him being 38, there's not really much of a point. So I'll keep Ramsdale in goal. There's no fitness issue with him. Put Matt Clark into the defence for Bielik and Shinnie in for Max Lowe. And then we've got Sibley at cam and Lawrence on the left mid position. Obviously just giving Gray and Vasquez a bit of a break. And yeah, looking at their team, they've gone for the 5-2-3. Obviously it's Gary Rowett, the manager, and they have got Fornell Syke. Not too sure how to say that goalkeeper's name. We'll call him Fornell. And then they got Ferguson and Romeo at wing back. Then Bresson, Hutchinson, and Cooper really close together centre backs, like literally, I don't know, touching each other, like hand holding and everything. And then they got Thompson and Leonard in the middle. Then Connor Mahoney, Tom Bradshaw, and Mason Bennett against his former club. I'm sure he'll probably score a goal, but we'll have to wait and see, of course. Right into Sibley. If we can get the early goal, it just makes things a lot more easy against, especially a team like Millwall. Very good defensively. I was tempted to put the Lap in up front, but I thought we'd just keep Cabral in his run of form and make sure we get through to the next round, of course, because then we just get a bit more money to potentially put towards another signing. Bradshaw with the ball here. Fossey Mensah tries to get a foot in, but Bradshaw keeps the ball. Now slipped through for Mason Bennett, but Matty Clark does get there to prevent the goal from going in, which is good. And now we can go on the attack here with Jordan Ibe. Hopefully Cabral can be in the middle. It's a good ball, but defender does read it. Ball inside here to Sibley. Obviously he did score his hat-trick against Millwall in real life, and can he get the first goal of this game? Just strengthened out by the Millwall defenders. Here's off time then against Millwall, and it's been a pretty difficult first half actually, and we might be going to I think a second leg if we do draw, because at the minute it's pretty stalemate between the two teams. Yeah, two shots for us, literally I think a corner, and Sibley had a little chance, but it wasn't much. I think it was a header. But yeah, there's not been really any clear-cut chances. Nice bit of passing play here from Millwall. Goes into the middle to Mahoney now. Back to Bradshaw. Slipped through, but Fossey Mensah does read it and blocks it. Chance here through the middle. Hopefully I can find it to Cabral, and we can. Can he find the back of the net though? With the shot. Should be scoring that. Don't know what's gone on with those kit numbers there. Maybe there's a new glitch with the new update, but we're going to have to get on some of the firepower of Vasquez and probably Damari Gray on that left-hand side, because we don't want to go to a replay or anything. We don't want to lose the game, so we're going to have to get the good players on now. And don't know what that board means really. There's no numbers on it. Kind of need to get a quick counter-attack going, because every time we do attack it just seems to wither out quite quickly, but I think Millwall are just doing so well defensively. I've not really had the opportunity to counter them. It's into Cabral now, through for Vasquez. See, it's just the defenders just hold you off so easily. It's in the box here with Ibe. Back to Jason Knight. Can he get the finish though? Off the post. And it's still not a shot on target, but we have got the goal to make it 1-0 with 15 minutes left to go. Very big goal, and exactly what we needed basically. Jason Knight, wonderful player, definitely will look to probably give him the number 4 next season, the kit number anyway, but yeah, nice, really nice goal, and we needed that basically at this point. We were clutching on straws, and Jason Knight comes up with the goods. Got to be careful not to let Millwall equalise straight away. It's gone into the box now, dinked into the back post, nobody's marking him, it's gone off the post. It's very close. That could have very easily been 1-1. We have got Liam Delap on now, who maybe could have been the better option for this kind of game, just with that extra bit of pace up front, and obviously did do really well in the Championship last season, but yeah, it would be nice to get a second goal just to make sure these last 5 minutes are nicer than they should be. Chance to whip it in now, into the near post. Delap's there with the header, and there you go. He's on the pitch for like 5 minutes and gets the goal against the Championship club. So that's maybe the, Cabral's just a Premier League striker, and Delap is more suited to playing against Championship ones. But yeah, really good to get that second goal just to fully confirm us through to the next round. It'll be interesting to see who we do have in the 5th round. And, you know, we're only, you know, 2 or 3 rounds away from getting to the final now, so it's a good opportunity to potentially get some silverware. There we go, full time against Millwall. We do get the win, and we go through to the next round. Of course, it gives us an extra bit of money, and one thing I've thought of actually is if we do win the FA Cup, I think it does give Europa League football qualification. So I think the first like 75 minutes of that game, Millwall were brilliant defensively. Like, I just literally couldn't do anything, and a really tight goal from Jason Knight off the post was the difference between the two teams at the end of the day. So there we go, we have got the final scout report here for Jack Harrison, so we'll have a look and see. Obviously Bakayoko as well is 81 rated. Wow, that's actually really, I thought it was only going to be like 78, maybe 77, but 81 is actually really, really good. 82 sliding tackling, 86 standing tackling. That is exactly what we need. That is a brilliant signing, and I think we've got him on much less wages than that. I think it's around 47 grand a week, so that is a brilliant signing. He's worth about 25 million as well. So yeah, Jack Harrison is 76 rated. Very good pace and agility and balance and stamina. So I think it's worth on a free. Obviously we don't have really enough money to make any permanent signings this window, so it won't exactly cost us too much. So let's go into the deal. Obviously he's looking for around 45 grand a week wages, which is okay. You know, it's an okay price for a Premier League player. I don't know what they've done. Every time they update the game, they just break it even more. Now I've got a football kit on as a manager. It's just rather entertaining. I don't know if I need to maybe go back into the customization to fix it. I don't know, but yeah, it's EA for you. Could have done with giving him a rotation role, but oh well. I kind of just want to get the deal over the line. We'll offer him 50k on the dot. It is actually more than what Bakayoko's on, which is quite interesting, but yeah, I guess we're sticking to that 52k, and hopefully he'll accept that. He's gone down on the signing on bonus, and I think we're just worth it. There's no point in negotiating too much. It's very unlikely, unless we do sell somebody, and we are going to be making any signings in this window. So yeah, I think we've got 3 really good squad players, especially if we have Europa League football next season. If that's the case, you know, these 3 players are just going to be wonderful backup, and maybe even go into the first team 11. We'll have to wait and see, of course, on their form and stuff like that. But yeah, really happy with those 3 pre-contract signings. We still have 110k in wages, which will convert into about $1 million plus wages, basically, of a player. So it's, unless we do sell somebody, it's very unlikely that anything will happen. Although we could do a potential swap deal. Let me just try and see if there's anybody that Shinny or Burn can go into. If I just sort it by rating and go for the lowest, someone like Lamperty maybe. Let's have a go. Maybe could have tried to do a loan with an option to buy actually on Lamperty, but we'll see if we can get the. Yeah, I don't know what they've done with the managers. Terrible. He's actually is he a fullback? I think Shinny's still, yeah, he is. And then we'll offer the 1 million on top of that, and hopefully it does match his value. That would be a good little sign. He's only worth 2.6, so it's not the most amount of money in the world. Maybe we can do a swap with Nathan Burton, who is worth 1.9 million. So if we just knock out that and go for the 600k, I wouldn't mind Lamperty. Obviously he's 21, so he can grow quite a bit, but they are just not really wanting to negotiate a player. I don't know if we've got another player to potentially put into the deal. Bobby Duncan's one of those that maybe, I don't know what they exactly need, to be honest. Jordan Brown's expiring, so I'll have a look and see if he's a player that'd be interested in. Put that to 1.3. Try a straight swap for this guy because he's worth 3 million, and I'm not exactly going to be playing too much with him, and we actually have a very similar player already, so it'll be interesting to see. So they need a little bit of time, so as always it most likely will be a negative. There is Curtis Jones here, who would be kind of good rotation to have. We don't have many low rated players, to be honest. We could go back in for what's his face, Longstaff on a loan, of course. That's one option. we could have for this window at least. But I'm just trying to see. As you can see, we haven't got many players. Matai Vidra rejecting a loan there. Maybe he'll be interested. Let's try Vidra, because I do like Matti Vidra, and obviously can play quite good as a backup striker / attacking midfielder. Of course, he did play attacking midfield basically for us. It's whether they are interested in Shinny or Burn. That's the question with these deals. We'll put Burn in first, plus 800k, and obviously it just means that these players don't go for free transfers, of course. Yeah, it doesn't look like Burnley are looking to interested in any of our players, so we can't get Mate Vidra. We could try for Kadioglu, but he is slightly, I don't know, just not exactly what I need right now. I think wrapping up the deal for Longstaff makes a lot of sense. It's a good player to have in case we do get another central midfielder injured, and obviously Shunny's going at the end of the season, so maybe a bit of a longer term replacement. I think they wanted about 15 million, which is a perfectly good price. We'll try the 1 year again, but they'll probably go back down to a short. Yeah, they will. And let's see what kind of value they put on the wages. Kind of want to get Newcastle to pay most of them. And there we go. That's good to see. And now the transfer fee, if we go for about 13 million, I think it was. I'll go 14 just so I don't mess up the deal. Oh, we can't. Wow, this is annoying. Basically, the game glitches, so I offer him that, and then basically you can't offer more than what you have. But if Newcastle came in and said, well, 15 million is the price, I could do that deal. So that's a little bit of a broken mechanic in the game. I don't know what I can do now with my players. So there's only 2 million for Lamptey, which isn't exactly that much, and we could probably negotiate it down slightly. It's actually a pretty good price when he's worth 3.4 and we're getting under 2 million. His wages are only 16 grand, so let me just see if I can get that to work with our current budget. I wouldn't mind him obviously as a backup right back, and maybe just to play him until the end of the season and get him to grow. He needs 16 grand in we're literally border. I just want Burn or Shinny in this deal, because then it just frees up wages and obviously makes the deal a little bit cheaper. So we'll go back in for Lamptey. He is a good player. It's just a bit of a shame about the strength. Maybe I can put him into a development plan with like a +3 strength, and get him up to maybe towards the 50 mark. I just really want somebody in this deal, just so obviously wages wise we just save a little bit of money. Like Rooney's one that I'm not going to be playing too much with, to be honest. We don't have much to really offer them. We could put Bobby Duncan in, but I very much doubt they're interested in him. So I think it's just down to probably negotiating a cheaper price. If I can get him down to like 1.5, then that'll give us enough to do the wages side of it. And they've actually gone up, which is a bit odd. And now I can't even... Oh, this is absolutely frustrating, because now I can't put the sell-on clause in, and that's technically a cheaper offer. But they're sticking to that, and they've literally ruined me here, because I can't offer any more. And there we go. Really messed up that deal there, because it took out the sell-on clause, which is obviously around about 500,000. Well, it's a bit more than 500,000 to be honest, so yeah, we might not be able to get that deal done. We may be able to just about squeeze it through on deadline day, but I do like that they are much more difficult to do now, transfers, so it makes it much more realistic. So yeah, next game is against West Ham. Here we are then at home against West Ham, who are actually in the top 4, I think. They're quite high in the table indeed, so there'll be a tough opposition for today's game. They have got Fabianski in goal, then Masuaku and Maeli at right wing back, who's I think in the team of the week. Well, he is in last week's team of the week anyway. LaGuardia and Ferro, then Declan Rice, Eggstein, Yarmolenko, Anderson, Fornals and Barderia. I'm not too sure who that striker is, to be honest. Both the centre backs I've not got a clue, and the striker. So it's a bit of a gamble of what we're playing against. yeah, we should have Josriak within the next couple of weeks back, so that'll be a nice addition. Yeah, West Ham are 4th in the table with 44 points, and as you can see, there's a bit of a gap between 4th in the table and 3rd, so that last Champions League spot is definitely up for grabs. Good interception from Maxi Bird. Can we get a potential counter-attack going here if we can get some runners? Chance here for Fornals to run through. If I do remember last time, I think it was quite early on in the season we played West Ham, but Declan Rice has just dragged back, and Yarmolenko with the miss there. Gray with the ball here, chance to cut inside. Fornals is back from injury, but going to concentrate on this attack and hopefully get Cabral in the back post there to score the goal to make it 1... Oh, he's off. Thought it was 1-0, but he's offside. Not too sure why he is offside. Like, surely just stay onside. Yeah, he's miles off. But yeah, it's good that we got the goal, but a little bit unfortunate it was offside. Good inception there from Jason Knight. Can just dink it over the top for Cabral. Can he find the back of the net? Yeah, yes he can. There we go. And that is probably his 30th goal of the season to make it 1-0 at home against West Ham. I'm not too sure where we're in the table as well because of the FA Cup. I'm not 100% sure our league position, but a really nice chipped over the top for Cabral into that near post area, and that is his 31st. He already got his 30th. That was last game. Corner for West Ham then. That striker they do have does seem to be quite a big focal point, but blocked it with Max Lowe. Still not fully cleared though. Yarmolenko now to Anderson. Max Lowe's got it, but then they've won it straight back, straight to Fornals in the box, but Ramsdale's there. Vasquez with the ball, lots of space out here for Damari Gray. Going to take it on his weaker foot. Takes it on his right anyway, and finds the back of the net to make it 2-0 in the first 2 minutes of the second half. Really good start for the former Leicester man, and yeah, it's good to get that second goal just to make life so much more easy. I don't know why their fullback literally just bombed into the middle, left all the space for Gray, and gets his only 4th goal of the season. Like, my wingers don't get that many goals. It's predominantly obviously the striker and the attacking midfielder. Fornals with the ball here. Just got to be careful not to give away a penalty. It's gone through for... Really lucky, really lucky from West Ham, but they do get it back to 2-1 there. Like, they've hit the ball off, I think it was Bielik's. No, it's Fosu Mensah, I think, and lands straight to Bardiera. I think he's probably a January signing, that's why I've not heard of him before. And yeah, it's a really lucky goal, and against the run of play, definitely don't deserve it. Bit of space here for Vasquez to run into. Can he potentially get the goal to make it 3-1? Yes, we can. Straight away, getting that 2-goal cushion back, and it's Lucas Vasquez with a goal, probably about his 14th. We're going to go for 14th goal of the season. It might be 13th, but we'll wait and see. But yeah, it was a signing that obviously I wasn't that bothered about. He was a free agent. The finances of it made sense. It's only 12. Yeah, I think he's a signing that has done a lot better than I expected him to do. Obviously, the move to attacking midfield has helped, and it's a little bit of shame obviously Sibley's not been able to play, but as long as we're getting the 3 points, I guess that's the most important. Stand on the attack here, in the box with the shot and into the back of the net. When you've made subs or you've paused the game and then you start it again, it's just, I don't know, it's like your players don't wake up. Like, my defenders are just wandering about there. It was quick passing movement, but we've got to be careful now in the last 20 minutes here not to let them equalise. Chance here for Ibe, if I can slip him in with Sibley. I can indeed. Saved by the keeper. Knight's there with the rebound to make it 4-2 and to secure the 3 points against a very good West Ham team. I can see why they are so high in the table, but we just about did enough at home to get the win. Obviously nice to get Knight a goal. There we go, full time against West Ham. It's a good 3 points, especially with some of the games that are coming up, and also the FA Cup games coming up. So we do need to just make sure we, I think relegation's pretty much sorted now. It's really down to whether we can get Europa League football or not. Play back from injury then, it is Kamil Josriak back into training, so that's good to see. And we are moving into transfer deadline day now, of course, so let me just quickly check who we do have in the next round of the FA Cup. It's actually not been revealed yet, so Might need to wait until the Man United game. So here we are for transfer deadline day. As you can see, Brighton have spent actually quite a bit in Loftus-Cheek and Centellas. I'm not too sure who they are. Percy Tau also leaving. So we will have a look and see if we can get Lamptey. I don't know if we will be able to. I don't know if the deal will be still... Yeah, unfortunately we can't because it's less than a week since we last did negotiations. One thing I will try though is for Frimpong, I think. I don't think we've actually tried any of our players such as Fernandinho. If he does go into this deal, then it's very much achievable. So we'll put Mr. Fernandinho in first and see if they are interested. Plus, I guess, 1 million. I just want a little bit of money for negotiations, of course. Yeah, they're just it's just super frustrating that nobody seems to be bothered about any of our players. We'll try Graham Shinney, but even that's not gonna work, is it? We just don't have enough money. Let's try Adam Ida because he's not exactly playing too much anyway. I just need about that much for his weight. Well, maybe a bit more. So yeah, it doesn't look like Frimpong is going to be achievable. It's just a bit of a shame that nobody, I don't know, has put bids in for our players or really accepted them in swap deals, which is kind of frustrating. Jayden Bogle is here. We may as well give it a try and see if we can get the deal over the line with Fernandinho in it. Maybe they'll need a central defensive midfielder now. We'll have to wait and see. So we'll go in with Fernandinho. I'll even put the 2 million in, I think, just to try and get it done. We could have probably put a sell-on clause in as well. But yeah, they're not bothered about Fernandinho, which makes things very difficult. Just trying to think if there's anyone that we could potentially get a loan deal for until the end of the season with an option to buy. I think we did with Morgan Gibbs-White, but I don't know if that's the kind of play we need in particularly. We'll try a deal for John McGinn again with Fernandinho in the deal. It's just really down to what teams are wanting Fernandinho. I don't know if the game knows that he's out injured until the end of the season or not. But we'll go for that plus the 2 million clause, and hopefully... Now they're going for Louis. I think Villa just want Louis Sibley. They just really want him. Ooh, got a bit of a deal here, maybe. Michy Batshuayi on a loan till the end of the season. I may as well... The problem is if I go loan to buy and I have to offer the transfer fee, I won't be able to do this, so I'm just going to go for a basic loan. I'll even be cheeky and go for a 2-year. And wow, they've accepted that. This is what I want to see, game. This might be a very good deadline day signing. I'll even try and get Chelsea to pay most of the wages. I'm going for 50-50 if we can go to 60-40. Obviously he's still on 36 grand, but there we go. Now it's down to Michy Batshuayi if he wants to join us. Very good player, of course, very similar to Artur Cabral, and that would be a wonderful deadline day deal, just to get over the line. But yeah, I was just trying literally anything to get players on a loan. I might even try... Can we get Doku? No, we can't. Can I try... I think we could do it with Morgan Gibbs-White, but it's a question of whether I actually need him. There we go, Michy Batshuayi has been loaned in. That is an incredible deal. 2-year loan. I'm not too sure if it's 2 years till January, whenever that is, or is it 2 years... is it until the end of the... So there's the end of this season, and then it will be the end of next season. So I'm not too sure how it works with the January 2-year loan, but we'll wait and see, of course. But that is a terrific signing in terms of just squad depth. Like if for example Cabral comes in with a late bid for 30 million, we've got a brilliant backup striker to come in straight away. Obviously he's on loan at Crystal Palace, so it's a realistic signing, and I really do like Michy Batshuayi. But yeah, with 6 hours left in this transfer window, really happy with that deal. It would be nice to get a right back over the line, but I just nobody's bothered about Fernandinho, so it's just impossible to get anything done unless he's not in a deal, basically. Emre Can signing there for Leicester, obviously a good signing for them, and with 2 hours left in the window, it just doesn't look like anything's going to happen in terms of outgoings or ingoings, but yeah, is a bit of a shame. We will just have a quick look at the top deals so far in this window. Goretzka going to Barcelona and Verratti, so both two very good midfielders. In terms of the new ones, obviously, very interesting to see Lukaku go to Real Madrid and Koulibaly. Lewandowski to Barcelona for 67 million. Dele Alli to Man United. Just trying to see the new one. I think Ndombele, Ndombele's one that's happened just. And yeah, I do like the new player faces. It just makes it a little bit more interesting, of course. So let's go advance through the final hour, and there we go. Deadline day is wrapped up, and yeah, I think the pre-contract signings that I've made are really, really good. There has been an approach here for Graham Shinnie, so we'll probably let Shinnie and Byrne go at the end of the season. It would have been nice to potentially have that solution now, but I just guess we're going to have to see it out until the end of the season. With what we've currently got, it's enough depth. I think we've got enough depth to get through the end of the season, and yeah, it just means that obviously the likes of Sibley, Bird and Knight can play a little bit more. Obviously Max Lowe can play a bit more, and maybe that Yedlin can turn it around. He's been okay. It's just defensively he's a little bit poor, and he's not going to be growing in stats. But yeah, that's transfer deadline day wrapped up. Really, Michy Batshuayi is a brilliant signing. It's just kind of annoying for Liam Delap though, because he's obviously I just don't know how much game time Delap's going to get now off the bench. And obviously with Cabral, it's a very, very interesting situation, and I might be tempted to go to a 4-4-2 and try and get both Batshuayi and Cabral playing together. But we'll have to wait and see, of course. Bobby Duncan loan deal here from RB Salzburg. The problem is with a loan to buy, I'd rather just do a straight up loan. So we will delegate with a... it will be at the end of this season, so we'll do a 1 year loan. And yeah, it's kind of frustrating when you do leave deadline day, you do get a load of offers. But we do currently have an 88 manager rating, so it's good to see we're doing well. And there you go, there's another one for Ida, this time from Frankfurt. I will negotiate that myself because it's just a loan. Then I can just sort out the wages and maybe just make it a 1 year. Although I probably will just loan him out for 2 years, because then at least I can recall him, worst case scenario. We'll try and get them to pay 60%, and then that should be all good. And there we go, cool. So yeah, it's just frustrating that these deals are done now and they're not done literally 2 days ago, when they could obviously play now until the end of the season. But yeah, I think we'll wrap up this episode here. It's been a pretty long one. We don't... Oh yeah, there it is. So we finally have the FA Cup game in March, and it is against Leicester away from home. So it's a good East Midlands derby, and we should be okay for fitness. But then the Watford game might be a bit of an issue. But we're at home, and Watford are towards the bottom of the table, so even a second string team should be enough to beat them. So yeah, they're rock bottom of the table with 7 points. So yeah, we'll play a fully fit team for the next FA Cup game. We're in a bit of a race for the Europa League spots. On the other side, I would kind of like to get it through the FA Cup. And obviously, we're in the round of 5 now, and there's only really Manchester City, Arsenal, Wolves, and Spurs left in the competition. So after this round, we're into the are we into the semis after this? Yeah, it's the semi-finals after this. So it's a really good... Oh no, there's not. There's another page now. We're into the quarters after this round. I don't know why I thought that for a second, but it's just because I saw the 4 teams there. So I was like, is this the quarters? But no, we've still got another round of games. But there's only really Chelsea on that side that I feel are a tough team. So there's only Chelsea, Arsenal, and City and Spurs. So if one or two of those can get knocked out and maybe match against each other, we've got a very good opportunity. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. A really difficult situation because of the strict transfer negotiations, but I think we've done well, and we just about snuck the Batshuayi deal over the line. And it's a very good striker to have as backup. He's pretty similar to Cabral. I will put him into some training to get him to 5-star skills, and yeah, hopefully you guys appreciate that signing. It's a really, really good one. 2-year loan. It's kind of a no-brainer. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. Make sure you do leave a like rating if you did enjoy it, and see you soon. Bye.